So welcome to this afternoon's class. As I explained just a minute ago, it's not a HIIT class, it's a full body flow workout, which is the same as my class I did last week. So the class is going to be split into two halves. Your first half is going to be about movement and general just sort of mobility exercises. And then the second half is going to be split into more strength-based exercises, so stuff like pull-ups and some inchworms and some moving around on the floor and that sort of thing. As I explained, I didn't realise that it was a HIIT class until about 5 minutes ago, so I have nothing prepared for a HIIT class, so we're going to do this full body flow one. But hopefully you'll enjoy it just as much. Hi James, thanks very much. Okay, so yeah, as always, if you've got any pain or discomfort when doing any of the exercises, please stop or skip it, or just basically within the whole class, do whatever it is that you can. If you see something that you like it, and if you see something that you're not sure about, just stick it in the comments and I'll try and answer a load of questions at the end. So as you can see on the floor, I've got the luxury of having some mats, but if you don't have the mats, you want to try and get yourself maybe some pillows for your knees if you get sort of slightly dodgy knees, or if you've got any sort of knee pads, or you can do it on a soft carpet, so maybe in your lounge or in your bedroom. I wouldn't recommend doing it on your bed, as there's a highly likely that you're about to fall off, but otherwise just find yourself a bit of soft spot and we'll go from there. Okay, so let's get into it. The first thing we're going to do is unlock our hips. So same as we did last week, you're going to get yourself into a position where your knees are well over shoulder width apart, so as far apart as you can get them, and the feet, if you can see there, are going to be splayed out about 90 degrees there. So feet stuck out to the side, almost like you're a frog. Elbows are going to go down on the floor, and you're going to rock your hips forwards and backwards. And you can probably feel that sort of clunking, grindy feeling in your hips there, but this is loosening them up and getting all that synovial fluid nice and warm. There's going to be a lot of movement in the hips, so especially if you've been sat at a desk most of today and this is your lunchtime break, having a moment just to release your hips a little. Let's twist and drop that right hip into the floor. Same on the other side, twist, drop the left hip into the floor. Good, and then I'm just going to alternate from side to side. Just let your legs do whatever you want behind you. Don't worry about keeping them on the floor at the moment, it's all about the hips. And the last couple of times you're just going to rock forwards and backwards. As you go backwards, you're going to just sit there for a moment, gently moving the hips forward and backwards, just a small amount. Try and get that stretch in there. Okay, so knees into the middle, sitting back on your feet. I'm just going to start the timer and then we'll get straight to moving around. So let's get that music up a little. Wonderful stuff. Okay, so our session today for our movement bit is mostly going to be focused on the lower body. We're going to be starting off with some squats and then going into a few more different stretches and movements that you might recognise, some of which are sort of stolen from yoga or Pilates. So our first one, literally deep squats. So you're going to get yourself into a nice standing position, feet just over shoulder width apart. Don't worry about the fact that you can't see my head. Feet shoulder width apart, and you're going to drop down into a deep squat position. So we're down, you can see hips below the knees. Just linger here for a moment and then you're going to come straight back up again. This time on the way down, as you go down, I'd like you to think about pulling yourself down to the floor. So you're physically pulling your body down, pulling your hips into the gap in between your knees, and then you're going to push slowly, pushing your body back up to the top. So pulling down, thinking about pushing your knees apart, real slow, pull yourself down as far as you can. Then on the way up, drive your feet into the floor, squeeze your butt hard, and you're coming up into that nice tall position. So just going to squat here for a moment, just to get everything nice and ready to move later on. Each time you go down, trying to get that little bit further down each time, trying to drop your butt right down. Good, keeping the back nice and straight. Achieve that by pulling your shoulders back, keeping that chest up tall. It might feel a little bit tight in the mid-back, that's absolutely fine. Just means things are a little stiff. So the last one, down. Okay, now we're going to stay in this down position. Nice deep squat. From here, you're going to take your right hand, elbow goes into the knee. You can hold onto the leg on the opposite side. And this left hand, we're going to reach right up to the ceiling as high as we can. Left hand comes down, elbow into the knee, same as on the other side. Reach up as high as you can. And we're going to alternate from side to side with this one here. You guys keep going. I'm just going to check my jacket off. So again, we're down in that deep squat position, reaching up high, elbow comes into the knee, reaching up high. Each time, keeping your butt down low, reaching up as high as you can. Again, alternating from side to side, down and up. Okay, let's take it up into a stand. Shake your hips off, make everything nice and loose. Get a couple of circles in there just to loosen off your hips. Okay, next movement then. Straight back down into a squat. Again, nice and slow on the way down. Think about all these movements throughout the whole session as being as controlled as you can make them. So you're not just dropping yourself down, you're pulling yourself in. Okay, in a deep squat position, we'll be dropping our knees into the middle. So twist slightly. Push the knee forward, touch the floor. Same on the other side. Drop that knee in. Trying to keep up as tall as you can when you're in these positions. As explained last time, if the knee doesn't go down to the floor, just go as far as you can. If you can only get to here, that's perfectly fine. But if it feels like it wants to go but it's a bit sticky, breathe out as you move through. Okay. Try not to hold your breath. Last one on the other side. Okay, up to stand. Again, shake it off, nice and easy. Circles with your hips. And back the other way. Good, just to loosen off a little more, let's make that stance a bit wider. You're going to drop your hip from side to side. Good, just to pull things out a little bit in your midsection there. And then nice big circles with your hips. Good, getting that upper body involved as well. Circles back the other way. Okay, that's going to loosen those hips up real nice. Okay, so now we're moving into our bit where we're actually going to be flowing through different exercises. So again, it's all about lower body. If you can't do it, that's absolutely fine. Try and keep breathing and breathe out as you move, which will help keep the movement nice and easy. So let's get down into that deep squat position. We're going to start ourselves off with those knee drops again. Again. Breathing out as the knee comes down. In and out. If you know about diaphragmatic breathing, think about pulling the breath in your diaphragm. Okay, we're going to drop the right knee down, and now it's going to stay there. We're going to take the left leg, step forwards into a big lunge position. So as far forward as you can, and same as last time, we're going to make those circles with the hips as you're there. So that pencil is going straight down through the body, almost like you're drawing a circle on the floor below you. Hey Joe Dunn, thank you for the wave, or maybe it was me that needs to wave at you. Wonderful. Okay, circles the other way. Okay, we're going to go back then to that deep squat position. Good, knees down. Now this time we're going to take the other leg forwards. So that was our left leg going forwards. So left knee down, right leg, big step forwards into that lunge. Let me shuffle back. You don't need to see me that close. Big lunge, there we go. Circles with the hips. Doesn't matter which way you start off with, just keep going. Now if you're real smart, you can try and keep that upper body still whilst making circles. Let's make circles the other way. Good, making those circles as wide as you can, pushing your hips as far forwards as you can as you come forwards Good stuff, guys. Nice. Again, keep that breathing nice and easy. Big circles. Wonderful. Feel it in your hips, maybe a bit in your hamstrings. Okay, so let's take it back into that deep squat position. Back there, we're going to drop the knees again. Now we go back over the other side, move into the hip circles, but we're going to add on one more exercise this time. So right knee goes down, left leg again comes forwards into that big lunge. A few circles one way. That's it. A few circles the other way. Good. Really pushing forwards as far as you can on those circles. Alright, we've got some rotations, same as last week. Reaching back behind you with both hands. Good, and same as at the beginning when we did those knee drops. Big breath in and breathe out as you reach backwards. Good, try and get that movement continuous so you're not stopping in the middle. Good, thank you for those likes, whoever that was. Okay, coming forwards again, back into the circles. Wonderful stuff. Okay, circles the other way, and we're going to go back into those knee drops and bring it up onto the other side. So, deep squat position, couple of drops, one on each side. Again, if this is uncomfortable, just do what you can. Left knee goes down this time, and we step forwards with that right leg. Lunging forward as far as you can. Hi Liz, thank you for that smiley face, love it, thank you very much. Cool, circles the other way. Okay, and then back into those rear reaches. So big breath in and breathe out and reach behind. Both sides. Again, keeping that movement nice and flowing from one side to the other. Great stuff, guys. We've got a couple more movements to go. Okay, let's take it back into those circles. Okay, back straight into that deep squat position. One drop on each side, so right knee down, left knee down, my apologies. We're going to drop one more time on that right side. Comes forward into that lunge again with the left leg forwards. Couple of circles one way. Couple of circles the other way. Into the rear reaches. Now we've got one more exercise to add in after this. Sorry, not one more, we've got 2 or 3 more, but the next one we're going to add in. We're going to take both of those hands flat on the floor on the inside of the front foot. Now this is the same thing as we've done last week. You're going to rock your hips backwards and forwards, keeping your hands flat on the floor, foot flat on the floor, and then that foot behind you, push your toes in. You don't want to be making your foot flat, you want to try and push your toes into the floor. Going as far forward as you can and as far backwards. As you go forwards, you should feel it in your hip flexors, maybe on both sides, but as you go backwards, you'll feel it at the back of the leg there in your hamstrings. And again, it's just that nice easy movement forwards and backwards. As you go forwards, breathe out. As you go backwards, you can breathe in. Good stuff. All right, back up then into rear reaches. Left side, right side. Let's go one more on each side. Good. Come forward into those hip circles. And then back into that deep squat position. One drop on each side. One there. One there. My apologies, we're going to do 2. Left knee drops down, right leg comes forward into that lunge. Good. Circles one way. Nice. Circles the other way. Good. Again, keeping your breathing going. You might be feeling a little bit warm about now. Everything starts to loosen off. And then in a few minutes, we're going to move into that strength section for the second half. So reaches. Both hands behind. Breathing out. Nice and easy movement. Okay, so let's take both hands on the floor, on the inside of that front foot, and we're rolling, or rocking, sorry, forwards and backwards. Again, as you go forwards, you'll feel it a bit in your hips, and as you go backwards, you'll feel it in your hamstrings. Nice and easy breathing. Okay, so that'll do us for our rockers there. We're going to go back up into that lunge position, reaching behind, one more on each side. Good, couple of circles one way, couple of circles back the other way, and then down into that deep squat position again. Okay, couple more to go. Knee down, right knee goes down, left leg comes forwards, lunge position, circles one way and circles the other way, reaches backwards, again, couple on each side, both hands, and breathing out. Two hands going to go on the floor in front of you, rocking forwards and backwards. Now we've got another movement to add in after this one. Now some of you might recognise it. It looks a little bit like the pigeon stretch from yoga and Pilates, and I'm sure there's a load of other different names for it. But we're going to take that foot, stepping across the centre line of the body. Outside hand going on the floor. Other hand you're just going to take to the foot there. And the knee goes down as much of a 90-degree angle as you can make it. And we're going to try and move our chest and body from side to side as we get closer and closer to the floor. So bringing the chest down to the floor, rocking from side to side. Perfect. Again, keeping that breathing nice and easy. Good. This one's probably the most difficult out of all of them. Okay, coming back up. I'm going to take that leg back in front of us. Two hands, a few rockers. Going forwards and backwards just to relieve a bit of that tension there. Perfect. Back up into that lunge position then, into your reaches. Yeah, I'm just going to go a couple on each side. Really working that rotation now, so everything should feel a lot looser. Good. A few circles. Circles the other way. Perfect. All right, into that deep squat position, we're going to add that exercise in. So drop the knee, one more on each side, drop the knee, right leg. Again, this time comes forwards, big lunge, circles with the hips, one way, circles, back the other way, reaching behind, couple on both sides. Good. Two hands inside the front foot, forwards and backwards. Good, nice and easy. Okay, so now we're going to add in that pigeon stretch again. So you're going to take that right foot, step right across the body, past the center line, outside hand down to the floor, knee down, roughly around 90 degrees if you can. And again, trying to lower ourselves down to get that stretch right in our glutes. Chest from side to side, nice and easy, close to the floor. Okay, back up then. Let's take that foot back across. Two hands on the inside, rockers. Good. So this is probably the most difficult bit of this movement section. Then we're going to move into our strength section just after one more additional exercise. So up into the high lunge, reaching back, both sides. Good. Couple of circles, one way, couple of circles the other way, and then into that deep squat position. Final exercise, or sorry, movement on this mobility section. So drop the right knee, drop the left knee, drop the right knee again, step forward with that left leg, excuse me, we didn't get to, sorry, yeah, forward with the left leg, circles with the hips, both ways, reaching behind, One more on each side. Reaching behind. Two hands down to the floor. Inside the front foot. Those rocking movements forwards and backwards. Okay, and then foot across the midline of the body. Big stretch out to the side. Other hand goes on the foot. You can put your hand on the inside sort of curved bit of your foot. That stops it from sliding back towards you so much. So stick your hand there, keep your foot where it is. We're going to rock down towards the floor. Alright, last one then. So we're going to take the left arm, it's going to go straight across the body, as you can see, in line with the leg. This other arm, similar to the reaching up to the ceiling we did at the beginning, you're going to reach up as high as you can. That hand's then going to come down, thread it behind that front arm, reach across as far as you can, and then reaching up. So up, through, and across. Nice and smooth movement. Good, we got two more. Okay. Both hands either side, moving back into that normal pigeon sort of pose. Rocking the hips from side to side. Leg comes up. Two hands are in the middle again. We're going back to those rockers. Good. Up into that tall lunge. Reach. One more time on the other side. Couple of circles. Good. And the other way. Perfect. That's that side completely done. We just got one more to go on the other side. So let's drop that right knee. Drop the left knee. Right knee again. And then drop the left knee. Right leg comes forward this time. Big lunge forward. Couple of circles one way. Couple of circles the other way. Both hands. Sorry, reaching behind you. Good. One more on each side. Really try and reach as far back as you can. Two hands on the inside of the front foot. Got the rockers. Keeping your breathing nice and easy. Good. Step across the center line of the body with that foot. Right hand goes out to the side. Left comes into the little crook of the foot there just to hold it. Knee down onto the floor. I'm going to try and get our body close down to the floor as much as we can. Next movement is the last one. I'm just going to shuffle back so there's space. You're going to take that right arm across. If you can keep it the same angle as the leg, great. If not, doesn't matter too much. That other arm reaching up to the ceiling. So left hand as high as you can get it. Thread it in behind that front arm. Reach up, slowly down, thread behind, up and down. We've got one more. As you reach up, breathe out. As you move, breathe in. As you reach again, breathe out. Okay, let's take it all the way back to the beginning. So, hands to the side, foot comes across. We're going to miss out that pigeon stretch. Rockers. Good. Tall lunge position. Reaching behind on both sides. Good stuff. Just a couple there. A few circles. And a couple more circles. Back into that deep squat position. And stand up. Very nicely done, guys. That's our first half done. So shake it off. Nice and loose on your hips there. Give yourselves a few circles either way. Just going to grab myself a very quick drink. Make sure that my timer is still working. And then we'll get straight into the strength section. Okay, so hopefully everybody's feeling nice and loose by now. You should also be feeling quite warm. Those of you that are a little more attentive can see that I'm sweating already, which is good. So everything's nice and loose now. So this second half, similar to last week, is all going to be about strength movements. The point of these movements is again to do them nice and slow. Try and do them as controlled as you can. Throwing yourself around all over the place isn't the aim of this one. We're going to take it slow and we're going to control our bodies. So we've got some push-ups, we've got some different movements that I've made up, and maybe you've seen them elsewhere before. But if you find that you're getting a little bit too much pressure on the wrist, there is a bit of single arm movement where you're going to be leaning on there. Just take a moment, throw the wrists around, loosen them off, and continue. All right, first one then. We start off with a push-up. So you're going to be down flat on the floor with your arms out to the side, out this way. Now if you can't do a full push-up, that's absolutely fine. You can do it on your knees, coming up this way. For those of you who can do a full one, we're going to slowly take the arms to the inside, right into the side of your chest. Push yourself up nice and slow, and then we're going to lower ourselves down. Arms out to the side. Arms come back in again, nice and slow. Good, back down, nice and slow. Now the key when you're doing these press-ups, you've only got a couple more, keep your whole body nice and straight. Squeeze your butt, squeeze your abs, pull your shoulders down. So when you come up, you don't get a bend in the body. So hands in, slowly up. Good, slowly down. Arms out. So next one, we're going to move into our next exercise. So, come up, top of that plank position there. We're going to roll ourselves, taking the right hand off, and roll yourself onto your left hand. Now, if you need to readjust, that's absolutely fine. Stick the arm out there. We're going to go into a side plank style movement. Arm comes up, leg comes up, leg goes down, arm goes down. Let's try that again. Arm up, leg up, leg down, arm down. Right hand goes back down. You're going to roll over, slowly lower yourself down back onto the floor, and arms go out to your side. Now we do the same thing, so we're going to go to the other side. So hands in, push yourself up, tall plank position, roll yourself over so that left hand comes off, readjust if you need to. Nice, strong body position. Arm comes up, leg comes up, down and down. One more time. Arm comes up, leg comes up, leg goes down, and arm goes down. Left hand comes back down to the floor. We're going to take ourselves back down. Nice and slow. Good. Arms out to your side. Arms come in. Push yourself up. Right hand comes off this time, same as we did at the beginning. As you can see, my feet, one foot on top of the other. That arm's going to come up, and that leg's going to come up there. Leg down, arm down, arm up, leg up. Whoops. Make sure that you've got your balance straight. Leg down. Okay, we're going to add in some side bends, so hips down to the floor, hips up to the ceiling. In terms of your balance, keep your eyes focused on one point on the horizon. Hips go down. Hips come up. Hips go down. One more to go. Hips up. I'm going to stay there. Back into that star position. Just one this time. Right hand goes down to the floor. Lower yourself down. Nice and easy. Arms out to the side. Same again on the other side. Hands come in. Push yourself up. Roll yourself over. Left hand comes off the floor. Goes high. Leg comes up and down, and arm comes up. One more time. Left arm up. Left leg up. Down there and down. Hips go down. Got those side bends. So hips up to the ceiling and down to the floor. Up to the ceiling and down to the floor. One more time. Up. Stay there. Arm comes up. Start position, just the one. Hand comes down. And then we're going back down to the floor. And arms out to the side. Now the next few, we're going to be on our backs. There's going to be a little bit of standing work involved as well. Now will be the time to just shake your wrists off. Nice and easy circles with your wrists there. Just let them go loose. Just in case you get a little bit of pain or discomfort there. Nice and easy. Okay, so hands back into the middle. Pushing yourself into that push-up position. We're going to roll over into the star position. Hand up, leg up, leg down, just the one, arm down, hip raises, hip comes up and goes back down. We've got one more, hip goes up, then you're going to take this right hand, roll yourself behind you here, feet come up. It's almost like when you play crowd football as a kid. You're going to drop your hips down to the floor, squeeze your butt, push your hips up as high as you can, and trying to get a nice straight torso. Hips up and down. Good. As you get those hips up, think about squeezing your butt as hard as you can. Good. Up nice and tall. And down. Okay, let's extend those legs back out. We're going to roll back onto our front. So the right hand comes over, pushes us onto our side. Couple of side bends. Hips up and down into that star position. And down. Right hand comes down. And we lower ourselves right back down. Arms out to the side. We're going to take it over to the other side again. So, shake off all that tension. Nice and loose shoulders. Arms come in. You can push yourself up. Push up position. Roll to the side. Left hand comes off. Arm goes up. Leg goes up. Leg comes down. Arm comes down. Couple of hip drops down to the floor. Up. Down. And up, left arm comes behind you so that we're in a reverse plank position. Feet come in, squeeze your butt, lift your hips up and drop them down to the floor. Hips up and down to the floor. Couple more. Up and down. Last one. Up and down. Extend those legs out. Right hand. Left hand comes over. Push ourselves up into that side position. Hips up. Arm comes up. Leg comes up. Hand goes down. And you're going to lower yourself down into that push-up position. Now I'm just going to scooch over and run that space. Okay, we're going to go through one more time. We've only got two more. Bear with me just before we run out of time. Okay, we've got two more movements to do. Then we're going to go through a couple of stretches at the end. I'm very conscious of the fact that I'm going to run slightly, probably overrun by 5, maybe 10 minutes. So if you need to scoot off, that's absolutely fine. So, our first one, our push-ups, down onto the floor. Now we're going to skip a couple of exercises, because I know these first two are quite difficult. So, hands come in. Push yourself up into that high plank position. Now this time, taking the right hand off, we're going to roll ourselves right over, forgetting about the start position or the side bends. Feet come up into the hips up as high as you can get them. Now we're going to do two more, and then we're going to extend our legs out in that high plank position here. Now from here, one knee comes up, goes down. Other knee comes up and goes down. You should feel it right up the back of the legs, of the leg that's still down on the floor. Working your posterior chain there. Okay, legs straight, feet come in, hips come up. We're going down. Up and down. One more time. Up and down. So let's straighten ourselves out. Right arm comes over into that push-up position, down onto the floor, arms out to the side, and then we've got a couple, well, we've got one more movement I think that we're going to stick two together, just so that we don't run out of time. So, hands come in, up into that push-up position, rolling yourself over to the side, and we're going to skip those hip raises. So we're just going straight into bringing those knees up. As you're in this position, when the leg is on the floor, drive your heel through the floor as hard as you can, and it keeps the leg straight all the way up. So push the heel in, knee up, heel in, knee up. All right, let's take two hands. We're going to roll ourselves over into that high plank, and you're going to walk yourself up into a standing position. Now, this is going to be our last movement, so we don't run out of time. We're going to take the right leg, big lunge forwards, and then come up. Bring the opposite knee up, nice and high. Now, from this position here, you're going to extend the leg behind you and squeeze your butt as hard as you can. So extend the leg out behind you, push your heel into the floor and squeeze your butt. Now if you're doing it with your left leg, you should feel your left butt cheek go nice and solid. That's your glutes working. If you can't feel it, just lift that leg a little higher while keeping your body straight and you'll feel it in your glutes. So let's bring the knee up high again, go back into that rear lunge, come back up to stand. Same on the other side, left leg, lunging forwards, big lunge up, knee comes up. Now we're going to extend that leg behind us, drive the heel backwards, straighten the leg, and try and lift the heel into the air slightly, keeping the leg straight. And you'll really feel that in your glutes. If you find that you're sat at a computer quite a lot today, or tomorrow, whatever it is, this is a really good exercise to get your glutes turned back on again. So bring that knee back up. What you can do, just as a side note, you can move forwards and continuously extend that leg out behind you. Okay, let's go into that lunge then on the way back. Come up to stand, and I think that'll do us from there just because we're running out of time a little. So, shake everything off, nice and loose, jump around a little bit, and we're going to take it to the floor just to do a few stretches to finish off with. First stretch, face sideways on if you can. Now try and sit back onto your heels, body's going to be nice and tall, right leg's going to come forwards, so you've got a nice 90-degree shape there. If you need to take the pressure off, just push your hands into the floor a little, but you're going to reach down onto the right foot there. Good. Nice and easy on the breathing. Wonderful stuff. Okay, back into the middle. We're going to switch sides. Sitting back on the heels, right leg comes out to the side. Reaching down the leg as much as you can. Again, nice and easy on the breathing there. Okay, and then last little stretch we're going to do is stretch out our quads a little. So facing forwards, knees together, hands go down behind you. Squeeze your butt again and push your hips up into the air. Now, for those of you that are super flexible, this might not feel anything, but you should feel a stretch right up the front of your legs there. Okay, nice and easy on the stretches. Wonderful, okay. Very nicely done, guys. Give yourselves a quick clap. Wonderful stuff. Okay, now I realise that we've run out of time a little, so I'm just going to hang around just for a moment. I'll sit here, and if anybody's got any questions or comments or stuff that they want to know or answer, stick them up on the comments section there, or give us a little wave to say that you liked it, or even better, give us a heart to show that you loved it. On that same note, if you guys could make sure, thank you very much, whoever that like was. On that same note, if you guys could make sure that you share this video, you tell your friends about it, make sure that you comment. Thank you very much, Jenny. Yeah, leave us a comment or share it with other people. And don't forget about the Does You Good Twitter service that we're also running at the moment, where you can pop onto Twitter and ask us any questions that you like, and they should be answered live by somebody who is available to take that. Otherwise, if you've got any general questions or comments on anything else, stick them up on here. I'm just going to grab a quick drink, and then we'll close it off. Alright guys, so thank you very much everybody that took part today, and that is the end of that. If I can figure out how to finish. There we go. See you later everybody. Thank you.